Hello, astrology friends and family. Welcome to July. I'm just going to go over some of the bigger outer planet aspects, and then we're just going to dive right into all 12 signs. Okay, so as we start off July, all of the inner planets are direct, and sorry about my notifications. The outer planets like Saturn and Pisces had started retrograding at the end of June. Pluto is already retrograding in Aquarius, and Neptune will station retrograde in Pisces on July 2nd, and that will continue all the way until January 1st of 2025. He'll stay there direct for a little bit and then move straight into Aries in March of 2025. The beginning of the month with the Cancer energy will be watery and sweet and will be sextiling Mars and Taurus. It will be a great time for time out, spending time with family, friends, exercising in water like stand-up paddleboarding, canoeing, any kind of like boating, swimming activities, things like that. And it's also a great time to be creative and put your inner, with all of the inner planets direct, put your little, launch your little dreams out into their cosmic sailboats out into the ethers. You could be beautifying the spaces that you live in, developing a garden with Mars here in Taurus. You could also be maybe working on a pond or a pool. This is Cancer season now, so any kind of cooking with friends, cookouts, time out near and around water, sports and togetherness is just going to feel great at this time. On July 2nd, the big news is Neptune stationing retrograde at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic degree, in Pisces until January 1st. I already mentioned those dates. This is now kind of, I don't want to say your last chance, but kind of with Neptune in Pisces, to make your deepest, wildest, biggest dreams real. We have until March 31st, 2025. This will be the last go of Neptune and Pisces for a very long time. And so what this is good for, it's digging deep, it's molding, shaping, and putting into structure, because don't forget Saturn is here in Pisces as well. Putting into structure and action your wildest dreams. I would say right now you'd be building the structure around those dreams, whatever they may be, and then preparing to really launch them out when Neptune goes direct next January. So they can be made real here with Saturn. And if you had given up on your dreams coming true, no more. Do not do that. With Saturn here, he's saying, don't give up, but you're going to have to work for it. So you don't get something for nothing. So he wants you to build that dream. Even after Neptune leaves Pisces in March, get it started now, because Saturn will help you continue working on that dream until February of 2026, because that's when Saturn will leave Pisces. And I'll tell you what this means for each of the 12 signs when I get into that prediction. Okay, sorry. All month, Uranus and Taurus will be sextiling Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. You could have surprising insights, shocking solutions, to developing structure around your dreams. You could come up with innovative ways to make money from things that you were only dreaming of up until now. You could also come up with innovative ways or solutions to help global issues like global suffering peoples. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I won't get into the mundane astrology. My favorite organization is UNICEF. Near and dear to my heart. I'll put their link in the description box down below if you have the means to donate to them. They help children in war-torn places. Right now, solutions can come up regarding water problems, pollution, the oceans, as Neptune rules the seas. And let me see, I know there was like a little girl who had just come up with some kind of a solution dealing with like a mollusk or oyster issue. And they are an important part of the oceanic ecosystem. There could be solutions to food shortages, innovative farming solutions, innovative ways to protect cows, and the leather industry. If you're a vegetarian, I think we may see innovative ways or alternative means of using leather. Mushroom leather is a thing, and I love it. And that would be a perfect example of Uranus and Taurus. and affecting the cattle industry, but in a positive way. Again, with Pluto in the mix, this would be really transformational solutions that come to the forefront now. Very powerful solutions that could change the world, quite literally. There could be ideas that emerge now or ways to help people who are suffering. 12th house. Pisces rules faraway places and people who are marginalized or who suffer in society. I love this part, but powerful Piscean leaders or leaders with those traits can come up to the forefront now, especially with Saturn in their sign is crystallizing them and making them the wise one, the wise teacher, and an authority. I keep seeing also Aquarian Pisces types that will, in my mind, although I think they're already starting to show themselves now and in the near future, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius. And yeah, I think it's going to be great to see. On July 5th, there is a new moon in Cancer at 14 degrees, trining Saturn. So what you begin now has the builder in the mix. Any creative projects, if you're building a home, Cancer rules the house, the home, roots, and family. Making structural changes there within the family, or maybe even like adding on to your home. New beginnings around these themes can happen now, and they would be changes that will last with Saturn there. On July 11th, Venus in Cancer trines Neptune and Pisces at 29 degrees and sextiles Uranus and Saturn, and loosely Saturn. Venus is pretty happy in Cancer and Neptune is in its domicile in Pisces. We could have sudden emotional healing in the family, soulmate, past life love could be on its way, otherworldly love, that would be the highest octave of Venus is Neptune. Profound spiritual love or realizations, beautiful creative works of art, movies, music can come to the forefront or crystallize in some people's minds. You can deal with issues from the past and transcend them now. Just watch out here, there could be a little bit of relationship drama, jealousy, or power plays because Pluto will be opposing Venus in this aspect. Venus will be entering Leo at that 1 degree mark. But it's good, making good aspects to Saturn and Uranus. And remember that Venus moves faster than Pluto. So this should pass quickly. It's just something that I want to mention to look out for. On July 12th, Venus enters Leo. It's great for fire signs, Gemini, Libras. Venus will trine Chiron and Aries in the North Node, and this could really heal that Chiron wound in the Aries part of your chart. For once and for all, it could be fated healing that comes through at this time, maybe even through acting or through some art form, creativity and healing with children or for children or because of children. The child within can also be healed. Aries can be very childlike in a way. They're the first sign of the zodiac. Or a way forward in these areas with the North Node can be shown here, drawing you to like a destined healing art form, a destined business that heals you on a soul level, a destined child could be in the mix, bringing tremendous healing to your soul, for those of you who may be expecting. On July 18th, Mercury enters Cancer and the Sun is sextiling Uranus. So your mind and thoughts and intuition can be spot on at this time. And Mars is in a sextile to this aspect, and Neptune is positive in the mix too. You could be enjoying water sports, and this is around July 18th. Beaches, paddle boating, canoeing, swimming with family and friends now. Working on some form of a creative project or writing, and just be in a good flow with sudden inspirations or ideas that can have a long-term financial payoff. July 21st, there will be the second of a full moon in a blue moon cycle in Capricorn. 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, which is also a very finishing, finite degree. We had a full moon on June 21st in Capricorn. This one will be trining Uranus in Taurus, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, or in Capricorn because it's retrograding backwards, and sextiling Neptune in Pisces. There can be an echo effect at this time around the legacies that we're trying to build, our worldly dreams and aspirations that we're trying to make concrete, being balanced out with the home fires in the domicile. We could have completion here of worldly professional goals. Sudden public recognition can happen now for some too, especially with Uranus here. It can happen suddenly. Father figures could be in the mix in a big way and maybe could be assisting you somehow. But I see it as generally pretty positive. July 23rd, the sun enters Leo, its rulership, and the rest of the month will be flowing with fire energy, trining Chiron in Aries, trining the North Node, giving a boost to these fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and sextiling Libra and Gemini. On July 28th, Neptune will come into an exact sextile with Pluto, and this will continue for the rest of the year. What this could look like would be otherworldly creative projects can be born, deep spirituality, probing into the deeper dimensions of the spirit world, going on a pilgrimage that will change your life. I don't know, Easter Island just popped in my head. Maybe somebody's going there. I don't know. I've always wanted to go. I think it's such a cool thing to see these giant stone heads sticking out of the ground and imagining their bodies buried somewhere deep below the earth or within the earth. Anyway, fantastic works of art could be born, music and movies. You could heal inner complexes that have kept you stuck, and things that have been like a poison to your soul can be healed and released now. Realizations and just forgiveness in your life story can happen. The healing can come now. Also, finding a profound healer or somebody with these traits can appear, and they will have been divinely guided to you. They can be very deeply Piscean or Neptunian in nature. And I think I'll make a separate video for that because it's such a huge, beautiful aspect, and it's a very powerful one at that. And I will mention this in all 12 signs, and let's dive in. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. On July 2nd, Neptune will start your retrograde for the next several months in Pisces in your 5th house of romance, creativity, children, sports, speculations. Saturn will remain here as well until February 2026, making sure you're shoring up your foundations around children, love, creative projects, sports if you're an athlete. Anything that was confusing around these issues demand attention and structure to be put into place now for success. If you're working on a creative project, Saturn here wants you to remain consistent until the project is done. If it's your children, he wants you to help them become more organized, and maybe for you to become more organized in your day-to-day activities and a schedule you make for them or because of them. Say you're adjusting to having a small child, newly arrived, or younger children, and you have to organize or put schedules into place in your home. And this will in turn benefit everybody in the home knowing what they have to do each day. Having a schedule to adhere to is actually a good thing here. Saturn leaves gifts after he leaves in 2026, but he's staying on board after Neptune leaves Pisces in your 5th house in March of 2025 to make sure that everything here is solid and enduring and working to your benefit. Also, if you had any issues come up in romance since Saturn came here last March, he has lifted any fog or confusion you may have had around a new partner or lover and helped you to see them and the situation more clearly. Although things may seem heavier in the romance department because Saturn is here and clearing the fog, he's also here to help you put in the work to make things stable or to fix things if they need it, or if they have to be let go, it will be to allow newer things to come in. A highly spiritual and karmic love can come into your life, or a transcendental love with Neptune here. And with Saturn as well, he's helping you see the person in clear light and without the deceptions or mist that you would otherwise have without him here. Mercury enters Leo on this date as well, the 2nd until the 25th. Please excuse my mistake in the intro mentioning Cancer entering Mercury on the 18th. That was just a complete faux pas on my behalf. So Mercury Leo, 2nd to the 25th, lighting up your 10th house of career, having you loving what you do out in the world more, making you more popular, viewed in favorable light. You could be on the move for work, speaking and talking more for work, getting recognition and money or contracts for work projects over the next few weeks. Mercury rules your 8th house, which is a money house, and the 11th house as well. So Mercury rules both the 11th and the 8th. Both can relate to money, so I think you really do get maybe some good money news that could be on its way, likely for creative work that you have done or are doing. Also, if you're a politician, this looks good for you, as Leo can represent political figures up there in the 10th house. July 5th, the Cancer new moon at 14 degrees happens for you in the 9th house of travel, global trade, passports, spiritual teachings, teachers, gurus, doctors, lawyers, contracts, publishing, the higher mind, higher education, Ivy League college, etc. This moon is trining Saturn and Pisces in the 5th house as well. This could mean new beginnings around creative projects that could lead you to securing contracts. For example, in publishing, you write a book or you submit a manuscript coming out of your 5th house, creative house. Up to the 9th, you can get a contract, and this can be happening within the next 2 weeks, or you could be setting things in motion. You could also be setting up trades in a foreign place. The 5th rules speculative gains, so maybe you're putting structures into place with trade deals, and you could be setting up payment plans or structures with regard to your child's education as well. Children are covered by the 5th house. 9th house is higher education. You could also be going through a course of learning here about creative things in nature, like how to play an instrument, act, or write with Saturn in the 5th, wanting you to take these things seriously, and then trining up to the 9th house of teachers who can help you accomplish these goals. Act now, and within the next 2 weeks is a fortuitous star called Sirius. The dog star is in the mix, giving a rare, bright, and protective influence to any of these topics that you set in motion now, especially if you have Cancer or Scorpio placements within 12 to 16 degrees, but all can really benefit at this time. On July 12th, Venus enters Leo, your 10th house of career, joining Mercury here now. You could find love on the job, or while you are traveling for work and career, you could find or get word about a contract or a new job that you will love. You could be looking very good and appealing in the public eye. Money rules, Venus rules money, and money can come in now for previous work that you have done, or a lucrative work contract can be developed, especially for creative projects now. Venus in your chart rules the 7th and the 12th house, and again, I see possible contracts that could be lucrative for you, as the 7th represents business partnerships, but you're the one benefiting as Venus is in your career house and public reputation. Your reputation can be getting a boost here as well, and over the next few weeks until August 4th. It's also, and I'm sorry, the 12th house can represent foreign money as well. So I forgot to mention that. It's also a good time to get new clothes or a haircut. Venus opposes Pluto in the 4th house of home and family around this time, but Pluto is receiving good aspects from Uranus and Neptune, meaning that if anything comes up relating to home or difficult communications come through, they can be resolved quickly with Uranus and lovingly with Neptune. Also remember, Venus moves much faster than Pluto, so this aspect shouldn't linger too long. Venus is also trining the North Node and Chiron in your 6th house of health and everyday work and pets. The nodes of fate here have been wanting to heal something for you in these areas. And with Venus beaming over from the 10th, something relating to work, career, self-esteem, or the workplace, finding what you're meant to do work-wise, loving a job you can find now, or finding work or developing work yourself that you love more or that resonates with you can happen now with Venus touching this house over the next few weeks. On July 15th, the Mars-Uranus conjunction happens in Taurus in your 7th house of partnership, marriage, legal contracts, business partners, and can be the public as well. Mars rules you and is in the house of the other right now. This could be sudden news for your partner, sudden shocking news for them. This happens around 26 degrees and affects Scorpios around 24 to 28 degrees. The best way to handle this energy is to get a good workout in, one outdoors if possible. Remain calm with your partner if anything comes up. Don't lose your head in an argument and say something that you can't take back. Watch yourself driving the day before, during, and after the 15th. Saturn and Neptune are here trying to help from your 5th house. So there could be a solution or overall benefit as this aspect passes, because it is receiving help from an authority figure or a father figure. A creative solution could be coming up, or a therapist, if one is needed, could be available if something unsettling or upsetting comes up in partnership. On a more positive note, a partner could be receiving surprising or fast news about a contract or unconventional opportunity, or it could be you receiving fast, surprising, sudden news about an opportunity or contract. On July 21st, the full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees happens in your third house of communication, completing a cycle that started or echoing themes from last month's full moon at 1 degree. This is completing a blue moon cycle. There is a completion now around communication projects, father figures, vehicles. Maybe you secured a new vehicle last month and are finishing up the documents and paperwork now and releasing the loan. This also sits on the cusp of your fourth house, so maybe you could be setting up a contract or finishing work around the home that began last month. You could be signing contracts or wrapping them up for work to be done in and around the home. Pluto is conjunct this full moon, making it a major transformative time, but it's receiving beneficial aspects from Neptune and Uranus. So maybe there's surprising good results, surprising good contracts or communications that can be life-changing. Pluto is deeply transformational. This can be very positive, can happen at this full moon. And definitely in the areas of like neighborhood, maybe you're moving or we receive a home contract or a bid is accepted. Neighbors, early education, apps are covered by the third house, and small business as well. July 23rd, Sun enters Leo, joining Venus and Mercury in the 10th house, lighting up with a stellium, making you stand out in a positive way, boosting your reputation, and healing a work wound from the 6th house. This could bring you a date with destiny, relating to meeting an influential, positive person in authority who can help you some way, most likely a Leo type or a solar type. You can meet a solar partner or male or female at this time, as well as a celebrity possibly who helps you somehow in career or work. You could be healing a long-standing health issue with the right people, healers, diet and exercise, and in turn now it changes your image in the public, revealing a new, healthier, dynamic you. You could be getting new work clothes or a new work style. And this lights you up, making you very good-looking and popular over the next several weeks, until August 22nd. I also forgot to mention that Jupiter is taking up residence in your 8th house until next June 2025. Here he is sextiling all of these Leo placements right now in your 10th house, throwing beneficial sparks over this area now too, and everything is really like energized and lit up in this 10th house. The 8th house rules deep, intimate bonding with a partner, shared resources, taxes, loans, inheritance, other people's money, death, rebirth. Also, esoteric, occult is ruled by the 8th house. So all these topics can be covered or more in focus for you over the next year. If any matters did come up with a partner earlier in the month, with Jupiter here, healing can happen via deep, intimate bonding or even seeking and finding the right therapist if needed. On July 28th, the Neptune-Pluto sextile will take place between your 5th house, and over the rest of the year, deep, profound healing can take place after a period of excavation and transformation, especially with Pluto having been here within your family roots, your home, children, and romantic partnerships, bringing a level of spirituality or deep compassion and love here as the rest of the year unfolds. Take care, Scorpio, and we'll see you in August.